Should you dine with the Queen?
President Bear here today. We're at Disney's Wilderness Lodge, and it's time to go back to the point.
Storybook dining at Artist Points.
Yes, this is your number one choice of food entertainment. We're here to try all the storybook delights, so you don't have to, because she's vegan. I'm not. I'm going to write a page for myself.
It's time to foodie and chill.
An array of appetizers served miniature style for yourself. You have a tomato salad. Not mad at that. It's basically a fruit salad, but I guess we're still calling it a salad. Bright, tangy, I like it. 3.5 out of 5 claws. We're doing the Macarena now?
And now we begin our appetizer journey with a cucumber salad. This is a small little sampler salad, but you can always ask for more. It's very lemony, and it has like some of a Greek style seasoning to it. It's like minorly herbaceous, but mostly lemony. I enjoy that. I would give it a 3.75 out of 5 cucumber. I actually think I'm going to get more of this because it's really good.
A celebration of all things, but mostly salad. If we're going to be sitting in the forest under these trees with these dwarves, you're going to eat some grass. A little bit of tang, a little bit of salt. It's a cucumber salad. Chopped cucumber at that. That's interesting. I'll give that 3.5 out of 5 claws. It's meatball time. A little bit of like diced onions on top. It's feeling very of the forest. Got a little meat chunks here. It's colorful. It's cooked. You like it. Seasoned very well. It's got a nice like sweet sauce on top of it, so it's given like a, I believe it said it was like an apple sage meatball. You can really taste those flavors sort of like shine through. Well, that's not just a regular meatball, but like those flavors in this restaurant make complete sense. I could do for an entire stack of those. 4 out of 5 claws.
This is the plant-based meatball available to vegans and vegetarians. Vegetarians get a different salad, but we get the same meatball with a nice little slaw situation. Let's go to town. Look at her go. Very pretty. I love the way that's seasoned. It's like a sauerkraut that's with it, but the kraut is like lemony. I really enjoy that a lot. I would give that a 5 out of 5. That is a Princessities item. That is like one of the better meatballs that I've had in a really long time.
I'm glad the invention of the alt meats is allowing the Princess to have more items here. Last time we came here, the place was still very new. And we've been waiting for a long time in order for this menu to update, and then we just finally caved. And like, you know what? It's time to go back. Just to see how things have improved. Plant-based meatball? Happy for that. I won't bite the entire thing. It's tempting as a bear, but... Ooh. There's some innards there on the inside that I kind of like. It's got a nice char to it. For a plant-based meatball, it knows ball. I give that 4 out of 5 claws.
There used to be a butternut squash soup, but now we have this mushroom like broth, basically, with some garlic in there. Very salty. I would give it a 2 out of 5 soups. It tastes like dirty bath water. It's gross.
So I've always felt that this restaurant sort of gives, it's supposed to give like a whimsical fairy book farm to table sort of feel. So mushroom broth does sort of make sense for the plant-based community. It was probably ground to a pulp on a tree stump or something. I'm sure Snow White cooked it. But have we ever seen her cook anything?
Gooseberry pie.
Just pie, but can she cook actual food? and not dessert? That is definitely mushroom soup. I can see the comparisons to bathwater because it is very earthy. It's got little chunks of the mushroom in there, which I do appreciate. I was afraid it was just going to be like straight broth, like you sip it out of a teacup, but it's good. It's mushroomy water that's warm. I'll give it 2.5 out of 5 claws. It is technically a soup, but you're really going to like mushrooms to like it. It's been so long since I got the appetizers here that I forgot how they do game. Now, because we're obviously a mixed diet table, and the princess being vegan and me not, they give you your own individual portions. Normally, they would serve the appetizers up on the tree in individual plates, served like family style. But this is typical Disney things. When you come to a place family style with a mixed diet table, they usually give you individual portions. So, for my portion, I got an individual shrimp cocktail. It is a single shrimp on top of a bed of lettuce. Did I eat the tail? Yes. Mainly because I was too lazy to take it off. Luckily, it was small. It's decently cooked shrimp. Cocktail sauce could use a bit of work. It's a bit thin. It doesn't have like that tart punchiness you expect from cocktail. It's more like a dressing than cocktail sauce. I would give it 3 out of 5 claws.
I have to say, you look awfully familiar. You do remind me of someone. Did you go to the castle this morning and borrow one of her outfits?
A little bit, yeah.
I thought so. Oh, it is so lovely.
Thank you.
Don't you have apples on your ears too?
I do.
I do love apples, but the seven dwarfs told me I probably shouldn't take any more apples from strangers.
Yeah, sure.
So for my soup, the non-vegan version, you got a smoky mushroom bisque and this little dab of green on here. I promise you it's not poison. It is chive oil. So smoky mushroom bisque and chive oil. So it's still a mushroom-based soup. It's a little bit thicker with the chive oil on top. Give it a little stir. I don't get too much of the chive oil in 1 spoonful. That is delightful. Honestly, it reminds me a bit of like a thick miso soup. I'm here for that. That's tasty. 4.5 out of 5 claws. I talk about this restaurant being farm to table, and then the vegetarian option is literally called a stroll through nature. You have this gnocchi with a herb cream sauce, an arugula pesto, as they finally found a useful thing for the arugula that they hoard here at Walt Disney World, tomatoes, asparagus, and leeks, all on top of this gnocchi, and it is covered in the cream and the tomato. There's some Parmesan shavings on top. It is thick, creamy, and beautiful. I think Dopey did this one. I'm going to blame this one on Dopey. I don't think Snow White has the skill to put this together. This right here was all Dopey. That is wonderful, wonderfully creamy and herb forward. That herb cream sauce really just coats everything, and you get like those bright spots, the asparagus, the acidity from the tomatoes. It's on it nicely, and you have the Parmesan cheese. It's a very warming, like home-style forest cabin, you know what I'm talking about, sort of feeling. And that is delightful. Now, you can get this made vegan. It would just be without the herb cream sauce. It would be olive oil, basically, and marinara. But that is delightful. I did have to take a magic pill for this, but honestly, if I could stomach it, I would clean this plate and probably lick the bowl. It's a 4.75 out of 5 claws. Vegetarians, you're eating good at the Storybook Dining. Very good.
The newest iteration of the Tricken chicken. Now, I was told that, online that they would do a cauliflower steak, and then I asked, and I was promptly told no. But there is this same Tricken chicken that you can get at Whispering Canyon, and then there's a cauliflower puree on the bottom, if you can see that. Now, there are additional options. They can do a regular pasta, They can also do, if you wanted to get like the Beyond sausage and just do like a Beyond sausage version of this, or some of the other dishes, they will do that too. But I just decided to just get the Tricken chicken because I haven't had it in a while. And though I have had it at Whispering Canyon, it has a cauliflower puree and some extra pieces of cauliflower, which really doesn't make it more exciting, but I just wanted to try it for you guys. And let's see, is it really good or is it just Tricken? I really struggled between choosing this and choosing the mac and cheese plate from Territory Lounge because that is also available here. And I think I should have chosen the mac and cheese from Territory Lounge because I don't know. I just think it's this chicken. It's just so bland, and it doesn't matter how you zhuzh it up. There's not enough cauliflower puree. Cauliflower's not that great, and it's just not that flavorful. And that's kind of why I was wanting to try something else. But like, if there's nothing else that I can like that is unique that I can get here, then I might as well just go get a mac and cheese after this at Territory Lounge. I would give this a 2.5 out of 5 entrees. It's not the best entree. I would probably just do seconds of the apps because you can do that, and then seconds of the desserts, and just keep this to a minimum. Or maybe just do the pasta. I don't know. I'm just not a fan.
No, we've had several requests to come back here in the past. It has been a long time since we've come back to this restaurant. We came here, I think it was twice in the first couple of years that it was open, and this Tricken chicken has been on the menu since this place converted from the old signature dining to character dining back in 2018. Literally the only reason we haven't come back here is because this entree hasn't changed. And honestly, if we're being direct, a little salacious, this is probably the worst restaurant at Wilderness Lodge, but that's only because everything else here is so good, and this just hasn't changed. It needs to change. As the forest, I'm sure you can find other victuals to feed the plant-based community. So, let's dive into the Tricken chicken. Now, I will give them that this looks much bigger than the last time we got it. The portion size was a lot smaller the last time, and the chicken, well, looked kind of sad. At least now, it looks very much on theme. It could definitely do with more of this puree on the bottom that, like, literally looks like a shadow, but that's actually cauliflower puree here at the bottom. Interesting. I really feel like a lot of the issues with the entree here for vegans boils down not to necessarily the execution. I think the plant-based chicken is a bad product. It is years old and leagues behind the like different advances in different alt meats that you've seen. So like the plant-based chicken here harkens back to when all alt meats tasted like cardboard. The plant-based chicken is just not a great product, and they need something different and more unique to this restaurant here, especially with the culinary team I know they have in this restaurant. Honestly, this should be a non-alt meat dish. They should find some other way to construct this and just toss alt meat out the door, because for something where you're getting like appetizer, entree, dessert, this should be more unique. And really, it's just like, well, we have a chicken, plant-based, we'll cover it in sauce, and we'll serve it to the people. I like the cauliflower. I like the cauliflower puree. It's really just the plant-based chicken that I do not like. I give it 2 out of 5 claws. Now, I decided to go with the market fish. Market fish is a salmon that sits on top of a lemon risotto with peas. I like salmon. I don't necessarily like lemon, but I do like salmon. Go ahead and dive in here. Let's see if I can get some of the salmon by itself first. Nice and flaky. Got a little sear on it. Flaky. The cook is well done. It's flaky. The sear is nice. It's actually extremely well cooked. Not like well done, but like executed well. Like I expect salmon to be. I would give that a 3.75 out of 5 claws. Now let's try it with the lemon risotto and the sauce. The little orange bits here on the bottom. This little forkful. It's like a bed to sleep in, but I would never recommend sleeping in risotto. It'd be messy, and it would get everywhere. I can see the merriment of the flavors, the harmony in it. If you're one of those people that doesn't like that briny flavor of like the stronger fish, like salmon, and you like a good spray of like lemon or citrus over the top of your salmon, You need a bite of the risotto with each bite of salmon. Combined, you're getting a deep risotto flavor, and then the salmon itself. It's an okay dish. It feels equal to most character dinings that we have, but I really feel like in this resort, it could be a little bit better. I'm keeping the 3.75 out of 5 claw rating. It's a decent fish.
We are here and we have arrived in the month of the melanin magic. So, this is the season of the House of Brown. Though I drink House of Brown all year long, as you should celebrate all of our people all year long, whether you are gay, straight, bi, queer, black, brown, whatever. Celebrate your things all year round. Cheers. Tastes like liberty, freedom, and beauty. I have no notes. This is my favorite wine of all the wines. I would even go so far as to call this the official wine of our channel. I love me some House of Brown. It is a 5 out of 5. It is a Princess Cities item. It is from California, and it is amazing.
It's been so long, I decided to get the Brew of Peaches. This is their themed old fashioned here. It is Uncle Nearest whiskey, which is also black owned, with a peach and raspberry puree, a little like candied rim for you to enjoy, because brew you some peach and make it strong. I can hear Ray Charles singing in my head. I approve. 4 out of 5 claws. So first up we have the Miner's Treasure. This is a panna cotta, cookies and cream, like little bonbon dilly with the dopey's hat, white chocolate medallion. Then you also get the Miner's Treasure with it here on the backside, so all these stones, and here at the elbow as well. The dwarves have seen fit to gift you with a little bit of their treasure, so be sure to eat on some of that as well, as I destroy this in typical bear fashion. Definitely panna cotta, fair bit of chocolate. Actually not bad. I would give that 3.5 out of 5 claws.
We got a chia seed yogurt with the pineapple on the top. I'm gonna just scrape a bit of the pineapple off of it and just deep dive into the chia seeds, because that is what you really want. And it's like an overnight oat. Wow, that's very like banana-y with a little bit of cinnamon. I don't know how I feel about that. I would give it a 2 out of 5 chia seeds. Not my favorite.
The way that my favorite vegan, and I mean the princess, avoids fruit never ceases to break my heart. If there is fruit on top of something and she don't gotta eat it, she ain't gonna eat it. I don't know if it's pineapple. I don't know what it is. It's just yellow and seedy. Oh yeah, she would have hated that. That is a top full. Here's the thing. I love pineapple. Okay. I grew up on islands. I'm an island boy through and through. I love pineapple. But it has to be fresh pineapple. If you give me pineapple in syrup, I will riot. Okay? I want to throw this across the room. Pineapple on top is syrupy and gross. Chia seed pudding, great. Pineapples, disgusting. And that's the only time you will ever hear me say it about pineapple. Not a vibe. 2 out of 5 claws. So then the gift from the queen, we have the poison apple. It is a dark chocolate, like bonbon deal with a sour center. It's sour as the queen, but probably not as beautiful. Woo! Actually, I quite like that. That sour center really sort of stings. It goes well with like the dark chocolate, nice and tasty. It has a nice effect of getting through the dark chocolate and the sour at the center. I like that. That is a true themed dessert. 4.5 out of 5 claws.
Okay, so we have this beautiful dark chocolate poison apple. And this is your vegan apple from the queen. She will be your queen. Not the dark one, but a love one. Oh, let's go chocolate. Let's go. Oh my god. Yeah? Oh. You got me. Oh, of course. Oh, you want me? Oh. I'll just be grumpy about it. Yeah. I know it was you. You did this to me. Dopey is too far away for you to blame Dopey. Okay, it was Dopey. I got you. Yes. Yeah, I am a little bit of a trickster, but that's okay. I mean, you already saw the apples. It's fine. I'll leave your jewels alone, though. That's what's important, right? Yeah. This brownie was disgusting, and I do not want another bite. It is like a 0.5 out of 5 brownies. Not the one.
So it appears that the evil queen has been experimenting with her poison apples because she is so magnificent and so magnanimous. She felt gracious enough to provide a vegan poison apple because if you're going to get poisoned, it should at least be vegan, right? Mm-hmm. For those of us that were latchkey children, before you knew how to cook, and you had to come home 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon, find the key, if you didn't carry the key with you, and then you had like a designated meal set. Sometimes, if there weren't leftovers, you were stuck with TV dinners, you know? Banquet, Hungry Man, Kid Cuisine was my jam back in the day. The brownie that was in the Kid Cuisines, the one that's in the back, little center one, that wasn't really a brownie, worse than that. I would give that 2 out of 5 claws. Then we have the seasonal fruit tart that's topped with meringue, and they have a little like powdered matcha on top as well. So you just cut into this. Now this is the same sort of like pie base that the princess gets. There's just obviously no meringue and no tart because the tart and the meringue are not vegan. But the berry filling is the same. Now it could be very well because I'm a meringue hater. At my core, I actually prefer the princess's version better. With the crumble on top, with just the berries, that feels more like a pie. The tart is a typical Disney tart. I just don't love the meringue. The matcha powder, though, that's a nice touch. I would give that 3.75 out of 5 claws.
So we come to the gooseberry pie.
Yo guys, here's some split up for you, okay?
Last time we had this, it was a little gelatinous. Now it is not so gelatinous, and then more like the crumbles that you get at most other locations like Grand Flirting Cafe or Turf Club, just a crumble dessert. That is luscious, moist, sweet, certainly the best appetizer of the entire plate. That is my 5 out of 5. That is a Princess's item. That is crumble with jam, and it is a good jam. And it is Snow White approved.
You get some pie. I feel like you get a gift from everybody here for dessert. You get one from the dwarves, you get one from the Evil Queen, and then you get one from Snow White herself. So, the boysenberry pie, that makes sense. It's a nice warm pie in a cup, and it is a warm little tin, so watch your fingies. Best dessert of them all. Now, it's exactly the same as the non-vegan one. The only difference is not in a tart shell, but that's tasty. I give that 4 out of 5 claws.
He brought back chocolate hearts. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna leave them on your plate for you.
Now, as a final gift to the table, every night they come around with a little themed smoke in a box, and they give you the Huntsman's Heart. They don't have a vegan version of that. It's just a milk chocolate heart, so none for the princess. And I get to eat my heart out, literally. It's just a milk chocolate shaped heart. Miles may vary. 3 out of 5 claws. I escaped dinner with my evil queen, and I didn't get poisoned.
And the queen was a great time. I think this meal is still kind of mediocre, and I thought we were going to be able to get some extras. Not so much, but it was an interesting experience, especially with the new allergy procedure. It was not as chef-centric as it usually is, so that was different.
Yeah, I don't think this is changing the rumors about character dining. The food is still average to slightly above,
Yeah.
not fantastic, because really you're here for the characters, and the queen is by far the star of the show.
Totally.
Though Grumpy is a close second.
I would say that if I was going to come here to eat at Wilderness Lodge, I would actually eat at Whispering Canyon, Geyser Girl, or Roaring Fork. I think that Artist Point would be my lowest choice. And even though it's character dining now and that's super cool, Bear and I used to come before it was character dining and it was just signature dining. And it's kind of the same vibe. I don't really feel like it's any different. Even with the characters. I mean, they added the trees and the lights and, the characters and the coolness, but, I don't know. I just don't feel like the innovation is there compared to, a California Grill or Narcoossee's or Topolino's or all those other ones.
I understand, because this experience has remained mostly unchanged since
Yeah.
it converted to this in 2018. It's been the reason why it's been so long since we came back.
Yes.
But we want to know what you guys think. I know a lot of you asked us to come back here, given what you've seen. Is this something that's going to make your next reservation list or your character dining? Let us know in the comments below. As always, if there's anything else you can see us do, this will always be the place to find us. Hit that notification bell if you want to see other videos like this, and
We have new videos 5 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
we will see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you don't comment, Bear will become the queen.
I have a cloak now. I've always wanted a cloak. But you heard the girl. I'm evil now.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
You must be the wise one in this group.
Well, I can't dress like that Snow White.
Certainly not. You look much more refined.
Thank
than
you.
she. And I appreciate the tribute to the magic wishing.
Absolutely. I gotta have the best of the best because the queen is the best of the Snow White.
Correct. Tell me, my dear, do you have your own recipe for a magic wishing apple?
Oh, I don't.
Well, you must work on that.
I will. I'm like a queen in training. I'm not there yet. I have to bow to your gloriousness.
Yes, indeed. for all time.
Yes. Yes, I think so. Thank you. Now I have my own huntsman who trapped me my own Snow White.
Yours is far more loyal than mine, everything.